Hello, everybody. It's Ron Story from SpeakerHub. This is our 7 o'clock daily co-working call that we do every day, Monday through Friday, at 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and at 7 p.m., where we help speakers from around the world to get booked on different stages. Uh, you could be a SpeakerHub customer. You don't have to be a SpeakerHub customer. If you have the goal of getting on more stages, we're here to support you. And our goal is to get more speakers on stage, but also get them paid for being on stage, primarily through the promotion of their own products and services. Um, if they pay you up front, high five, but if they don't, you still can take the gig and make the money however you want. So, Alicia, good to see you. Wait, hold on. How you feel since you made your first sale yesterday? How you feel? How you feel?
Fantastic. And I'm going to rebrand everything. Everything's going to be called Sugar Slowdown. I got the last
That
night.
is so much better than this core harmonic thing. But I'm not pooping on it. I'm just saying it's so much better.
So some stuff may still have it, but I'm going to just say Sugar Slowdown. The email is sugarslowdown123@gmail. And I got the YouTube and the Instagram, so it will all be Sugar Slowdown.
So much better.
So
So
this
much better.
weekend, I'll be rebranding and I'm uh looking. I think I just got another potential client. I put a call out for men. I have women, but I'm looking for some men over 40 to go through the program. So I think I might have someone contacting me today. So I feel great. Thank you
Well,
so
it's a big deal.
much. I can't even thank you.
Look, I told you, that's what we're about. We got to push you a little bit. So, uh, Michael, good to see you. Nicole, good to see you. I think this is you guys' first time here joining us. So, if you would like to introduce yourself, Nicole, if you want to introduce yourself and tell us who you are. We got Terry joining. Michael, if you want to tell us about what you do. I already know all you guys, but everyone else doesn't. So, this is an opportunity. So, Nicole, if you want to introduce yourself, that'll be great.
Hi, I am Nicole and I'm a belonging expert. So I think that covers that. I think, unless you want me to say anything more.
It's however you want. It's your chance, your time to shine. You got 30 seconds.
So I do belonging through personality communication, and then I also do diversity through a racial and through a disability lens with race, culture, and LGBTQ and gender lens. So that's kind of what I focus on.
Cool.
Thank
Welcome
you.
aboard. Good to see you. Michael, and then we'll get to Terry. Came in the order of how people join. So, Michael, you want to?
Hi, Ron. Hello, everyone. Mike
Good to see you again.
Georgione, live in San Diego. I spent 30 years in the U.S. Navy. Retired in 2010, went private sector, didn't work for me, knew I wanted to teach, so that's what I've been doing for 13 years. Teach, consult, team building, all about leadership and treating each other well and leading our organizations. And I was very happy to discover SpeakerHub, all of you, and Ron's story, and about to join. Thank you, Ron.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Bart is one of your comrades. Bart, it was Bart, you want to introduce yourself to Mike so he knows where you all get along?
Oh, we might not get along when I just say go Army.
That's good. One team, but I get you, buddy.
Okay, one team. So
Service rivalry is good.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Cool. And Terry, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Terry Riley, and I am in Waldorf, Maryland. I'm known as the confidence fashionista, but I haven't always felt good about myself, being bullied and teased growing up, told I was ugly. But I use fashion as a tool, and now I empower other women to believe in their beauty so they can just show up feeling beautiful, confident, walk in their purpose, walk in their power, and look good doing it.
How dope is that? So Terry's one of our lifetime members for what, 18 months or so? I think you joined us last year or maybe a year before with Kim Walker. So
yeah, last year.
Yep, from Kimberly Walker. Before we owned SpeakerHub, I ran a company called PitchDB, which is a competitor to SpeakerHub, but it was more outbound. And Terry joined us when we were doing lifetime accounts over at PitchDB. So let me tell you the cool thing about the lifetime account. She got into it and she was like, I'm not ready, but I know I'm going to need it. So she bought it over a year ago, but then she joined us. She called Ed and said, "Hey, can you help me set this thing up? And I hop on the call, like, what am I even here for?" But they had a photo problem. We got that resolved, and now she's ready to go. But she took advantage of it at that time, which was a smart move. So, Terry, glad to have you activated, right? It's one thing to be a part of it, but it's another thing to be active, right? So good to see everybody. Are there any topics that you all want to cover before I get into my topic for the day? Any questions? Any ideas? Nothing? Nothing, Michael, Nicole, Terry? No?
Sir, here to learn.
All right. So, Terry, are you familiar with the Speaker Flywheel? No. Okay. So, this is the perfect time for me to go over this with you and everyone else because it is the cornerstone framework of SpeakerHub. Now, Terry, how did you get booked in the past to speak?
How did I get booked?
Mhm.
Just emails, word of mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was it easy? Was it hard? What was the difficulty level?
I wouldn't say it was easy. It was on 1 to 10, I would say it was, as far as difficulty, it was a 7.
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. And how many gigs are you looking to do in 2025?
I was saying 1 a week.
Okay. All right. And does that include virtual or is that all conferences or things of that sort?
Everything.
Perfect. All right, cool. So that leads me, before I share this, I want to tell you all one of our basic frameworks. Remember this: 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 quarters. 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 quarters. You can get it booked on a podcast in the next 2 weeks. If you're trying to speak at a local association that has monthly meetings, that's usually going to get booked 2 months out because they already got the March speaker. They probably already have negotiated something with the April speaker. So you'll be in May. Does that make sense? So 2 weeks, 2 months. The conferences are 2 quarters out. So when you log into SpeakerHub, we're going to show you the conferences that are 6 months ahead of you. Why? Because they usually book those speakers 6 months ahead of time because they have to do the marketing and all of that stuff. They don't want to wait till the day before the conference to pick speakers. Does that make sense? So if you remember 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 quarters, it makes it so much easier when you reach out to someone and they say, "Hey, we'll let you know in 3 weeks." That's not a no. They just haven't closed speaker booking yet. Is that fair? So 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 quarters. Well, why is that important? Because at SpeakerHub, what we focus on is we can get you the meeting, but we can't guarantee you the gig. Because Michael may be a better negotiator than Terry, but Terry's price may be better than Michael's, right? So the price, the availability, right? All of those things go into whether you get booked or not. And guess how much control I got over your price, your availability, and your negotiation skills? 0. So what we try to look at is, can we get you the meeting? Because if we can get you the meeting, that means that our data is correct and our systems are working. So every 51 months. Now, Terry's looking like, why is he talking about SpeakerHub? When I bought SpeakerHub, we took all the stuff that was in PitchDB and put it into SpeakerHub. So, Terry, you're one of the few people, one of the last Mohicans that has access to speaking gigs inside of PitchDB. Everybody else, we turned that off. So it's all the same. We just use a different logo. So I don't want you to be confused while we're talking about this. Okay. So every 51 minutes, someone gets booked using our systems, right? And the system that we use is called the Speaker Flywheel. This is where you get inbound leads and outbound leads. Inbound is when someone searches for you and they find you. Outbound is when you reach out to the stages you want to be on. So I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm going to bring up our list of speakers. Stop this here. And let me use it right. Oh, let's see. I'm going to bring up our list of speakers. This is our list of 64,000 speakers that we work with. So when let me come off here 1 second. When I come in here and I see Linda Gonzalez, she's the first one. Let's do a search for Linda Gonzalez. Right? Does that look like her? Does that look like the same Linda Gonzalez that's right here? Yes or no? No.
No.
Right? So here's the power of SpeakerHub. Wait until we put speaker behind that. Now, who comes up first?
Linda.
That's the power of SpeakerHub. When they search for you, that's how event planners search for people, such and such speaker. You want them to find you, not your evil twin sister that's, on the cheerleading team. You're like, wait a minute, this lady is not 21, right? But look who we found first. Linda's right there. There's her SpeakerHub profile. They can reach out directly to her. There's her main page. But you see, when they search for you, we want them to find you. So when we click on this SpeakerHub profile, it takes us right to her stuff. So that's the power of inbound. You want them to find you. Is that fair, Terry? Right. So if you don't have your speaker page, I'm going to give you the link to set up your speaker page. That's included in your lifetime account. Right? So you get a lifetime gold speaker page also. So I'll give you the link to that. All right. So that when people search for Terry Riley, let's try it. Boom. Yep. You don't have the same beard as this dude. You got a different beard, right? But you see what happens. They automatically correct the spelling. They're pulling up this Terry Riley. Even though I spelled it the way that you spell yours. Do you see that? If we put speaker behind it, is this you? There you are on LinkedIn, right?
Yes, that's me.
This is you too?
No, that's not me.
Right? So that's what we're
On
saying. That's why
LinkedIn.
you need that speaker profile.
Yeah.
Because now it would have shown your photo in SpeakerHub and they could have gone there and reached out directly to you. You see the difference?
Yeah.
So we're going to get you the link. Michael will get you the link. Nicole will get you the link because you need a profile, right? We invest a lot of time and energy in making sure that you get found. So that's the inbound side of things, right? The other side of it is outbound. This is, I'm not waiting on someone to find me. I'm going to reach out to them, right? So that is where you use SpeakerHub or PitchDB. You notice they look exactly the same, Terry. You just got a different logo. Got it? So when you come in here, if you filled out your branding kit earlier, when you clicked on podcast, you should have seen it's automatically matching you with the podcast that you wanted to go on. It would be automatically matching you with the conferences that you wanted to speak at, right? You can click on that conference, read the bio, find the topics, see what type of conference it is, add it to a list, and then send the pitch. Once you click pitch, the AI looks at your bio that was written, looks at the opportunity, and then writes the email for you. And there it is. In 15 seconds, I have a perfect pitch written for me to send to this conference. Does that make sense? So that's what you have with your lifetime account. Now, I want to be clear, Terry, I'm speaking to you as if you're a new customer, even though you bought the account a year ago. Today's your first day. So I got to introduce it to you as if you never used it. And I know Michael is joining us. Nicole, she's never even seen any of this. So I'm not talking down to you. I'm introducing it to you. Does that make sense? Perfect. Chantel, what's up? Good to see you. How'd your thing go? Chantel's mute button weighs 10,000
Yeah,
pounds.
what's going on? No, I got a lot of people watching my show that's on right now.
Ah, your live show.
Yeah, so this isn't the show that I filmed on Monday. This was the show that I did last week, but it's just now filming right now. So it's streaming on Roku, on a lot of different platforms. So that's really good. Really excited about that. And
High
you know,
five.
and today I was talking to another TV show host. He's in Atlanta and he wants me to come down to Dallas so I can film for his TV show in front of a live studio audience. So I'm trying to get that together as well too.
No, that's incredible. Chantel is the ultimate hustler. Her book came out last week, and in January when she first came on, she says, "Look, I got my book coming out in March, and I need to get on every podcast, every TV show. I'm gonna be pitching." Boy, I think she sent 700 pitches in the first month, but it's paying off now. The book came out last week. She's done several TV shows. She's been on, I think, 3 podcasts a week for the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, some days I was doing 2 podcasts a day. The most I've ever done is 3 podcasts. The most I've done is 7 podcasts in 1 week. Most I've done is 2 TV shows in 1 week. I've done 2 magazines in 1 week. So yeah, I'm busy.
Yeah, high five. So great testament to the work, right? Because of her, what she was trying to launch, she had to focus on the things that happened in 2 weeks, right? Trying to get a conference started in January to speak at in March is pretty difficult, right? But she's built the momentum so that now when people Google her to compare her versus the other speakers, they're going to see the collateral from those TV shows, from those magazine articles, from all the podcasts and the YouTubes that she's done. That's what the Speaker Flywheel is about. It's not just about doing the things. It's about building the momentum to carry you from one stage to another, even if you're experienced. Terry, if you think of your top 5 thought leaders, how many of them have you heard speak live and in person?
Probably maybe 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that means you got caught up in their flywheel, right? That means you heard them on the other folks, you got caught up in their flywheel because you never heard them speak live. If they said, "I only do live paid gigs," you wouldn't know about them. But it's because you saw them on YouTube, you saw them on a podcast, you saw them on social. You may have bought a book by them. You may have read a white paper by them, saw them in a magazine. That's the effect of the flywheel of being on everything. That's why we preach, do all of them. Don't just say, "I want to do paid gigs." How are you going to eat in between the 9 months, in between that paid gig? Until you get it built, you're not going to have gigs every month for conferences, but it's that 9-month leeway time that people forget about, right? But if in that same meantime, you're going on podcasts, you're doing association gigs, and you're getting consulting clients out of those association gigs. When you get to conferences, the thing is just rolling at that point. Is that fair? But this is what we preach. Now, once you've sent that email, that comes over into your mailbox here where you can follow up, because if you haven't heard anything back, we want you following up. If you mark it as yes, you got a response, it comes over here and we wait until you've negotiated with them, whatever the time, to try to figure out the fees, the time, the availability. And then we ask, okay, you talked to them, did you get booked? You see that? You know what I could put? I could put in notes. Spoke with the host. We're set for March 1st. Right? So we want you all in one place, not all over the place in all of these different systems. After you get the gig, how many of y'all would like to turn 1 gig into 5? Yeah, everybody, right? Everybody wants to do that. So we give you the QR codes in order to do that, right? So we show you how you can make a QR code right inside of the system to capture leads and reviews about your gig. Is that cool, Terry? That makes sense? So imagine this. You see, I got 5 stars, 6 reviews, 4 of them are public, meaning they said, yeah, you can post this. 2 of them said, here's your review, but don't put this out there. Make sense? So now watch this. I can come down here and I can say, Erica. Well, what did Erica say? Very engaging and informative. Well, when I click continue, it writes the email for me for Erica, and it includes her response in there, right? I'm thrilled to hear that you found my session both engaging and informative, and I appreciate the 5-star rating. There's no excuse to not follow up with folks. This is cheating, like 100% freaking cheating. All right. So, Terry, again, I'm going to go back to you because I want you to see all this cool stuff. Do you have your own framework?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay. You got your PitchDB account?
Working on it.
Okay. Can you mind logging in and pulling it up? I want to show you something. I want to show you the coolest thing ever.
We were having issues earlier, so.
We'll get them fixed here. Michael, this makes sense? You like the new improvements we made? We didn't have this in December. These are new features. That QR thing came out in February. And what I'm about to show you with Terry is something called frameworks that we just released in March. It is totally cheating.
Okay, let me share.
Yep. So guys, you see Terry says PitchDB. I own PitchDB also. This is where we built our chops and our experience to make the money to buy SpeakerHub, right? So it's the same system. The only difference, she just has a different logo, right? So go over to Branding Kit. And you see at the bottom, it says, oh, click on my brand first. Let's make sure that's working. All right, so there it is. Is that all true?
Pretty much. I'm going to
Okay.
tweak it.
Yep, but go back up to the top for now. And hit my, back to my branding kit, back to branding kit. And go down to frameworks, click on that. This is something we just released on March the 1st. And I believe that there's only 3 talks that have ever been given in history. How to build a skill, how to be a leader, how to grow a business, make or lose money, right? So we give you your talk from those 3 perspectives. So skill building, learn how enhancing your personal style will boost your self-confidence. Discover the techniques to identify the trends, build a versatile wardrobe, and express yourself in a fun way. That's a skill. Does that make sense? I'm really bad at that skill, but that's a skill, right? Leadership, explore how powerful impact, how the powerful impact of personal style in leadership. See how your confidence is influenced. Everybody's walked in the room and felt underdressed at some point. I don't care how popular you are. You walked in, you're like, man, I got on the wrong clothes.
Yeah.
Right? That's important for leaders. You know, imagine trying to run a team and your team doesn't respect you because you dress like a slob and you got mustard and stuff on your shirt. That's real. The military guys understand that. They weren't playing that in the Army or the Navy. Right? But business growth, how important is personal style and business growth? It's really important. If I'm a lawyer and I show up in a LeBron James jersey to defend you, my business won't grow. Certain industries have uniforms that need to be followed. They almost killed Barack Obama literally in the news because he wore a tan suit. They said tan was not presidential. If he had a consultant like Terry, right, he would have missed that faux pas. Right? Does this make sense, guys? Right?
Yes.
So we give you these frameworks, but that's just one. Click hide for me. Hide is up in the middle, directly in the middle. Yep, so that hides it. But now over on the right, we let you select the framework. And since you see it says select framework in the blue box, go down to the one that says master framework. This is one of my favorites. And click generate. So did you say you already had a framework, Terry?
No.
Okay, in 5 seconds you will. Boom, I got the style framework. Self-discovery, try new things, use your personality, learn the basics, evolve. This is cheating. Look at that. You see that smile? That smile means this was accurate. Look at that. All right, beat it over. We've done what we needed to do.
Okay.
We'll see y'all next week. What's your thoughts about that?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah. So pull it back up. Don't stop sharing. We go.
Oh, I thought you said you're
was joking.
done.
I was
Okay.
joking. I was joking. But that was a drop the mic moment. I won, you know, I won the argument at that point, right? So let's do another one, right? Now, we've all heard people, we say, hey, what do you do? And the person goes on for 9 minutes. I'm like, dude, you can't do that.
Right.
Right? So we try to give them what should they say in the first 30 seconds. So click on frameworks again. And it's one called value proposition. So click there. And click generate. So we're going to give you the quick hook that gets the person interested in what you're talking about. And then when they say, man, that's interesting, then we tell you to say the rest. Right? So, Terry, what do you do? Oh, I transform your personal journey by enhancing your personal style. Well, what does that mean? Oh, I help women like you, I'm not a woman, express their unique personality through a tailored wardrobe advice, leading to increased self-esteem and career success. That's cool. Now, click edit. You can take out all the crap you don't like, but we got you down to 10 seconds explaining yourself.
Right.
Versus, I help women to do this and then they do that. And it's like, Terry, wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. Mike, what's your question?
So the AI, the pulling in all the language library assets here, is that coming from her profile she wrote on yours? Or is it also going out across the internet and pulling in things from LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever she may have?
So the original thing gave us all the data we needed to write the bio.
Okay.
So when we pulled from her website and from her LinkedIn, we stored that. And then
so you already synthesized it into her bio. So this is writing it from her bio.
Exactly. So we actually explained to you how we do it right there.
Yep.
The framework uses your job title, where you're located, and how you help. That's the sections that we're using. You see it right there?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Got it?
Yep.
So now you can go in and edit that and take out the stuff and put it in your words. But now we got you down to an elevator pitch. What other products and services do you offer, Terry?
I offer image and style consultation, closet edits, and also I partner with a clothing company. So I have a line of clothing that I sell as well.
Incredible. So you get interviewed on a podcast. What's your call to action?
I don't know. I'm working on that.
I got you. That's why that was a setup. Go to click select frameworks. Right? And then go to
take action guide.
Take action guide. There it is. So you don't, when it shows, it's going to show like 6 calls to action. You don't have to use all 6 of them. Go down a little bit, or it may be up at the top. It's at the top. Wait, call to action. Keep going. No.
That's it. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's back up at the top. They write it differently sometimes. The 5 things are in there. You see it? Choose 5 pieces. This piece should be versatile. Mix and match and blah, blah, blah. Right? So for you, since it's fashion, it gave you, hey guys, here are 4 steps if you just want to be able to get to it right away. First thing is choose 5 pieces of your wardrobe. They should be versatile, blah, blah, blah. Mix and match them with your existing wardrobe. This should help you to feel more confident, right? So it just gives you some basics. But click on the other one and go to products.
Oh, over here?
Yep. Click products. So this is going to tell you some products that you can create right away, because if you're on a podcast, you can't go do a wardrobe review. You can't go do a closet edit, right? But what you can do is you can create a digital style guide that they can go download. You can do a virtual wardrobe review. Hey, walk me through your closet with your iPhone on FaceTime.
Right.
Right? You can host online workshops just like we're doing here. You can get a quick download of e-tips. Anything, you can do all of these just to collect the person's email address. Because you're on a podcast, you got to be able to close something with the audience, because the podcaster doesn't know who's listening.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let me show you the advantage of this. right? So this is me on Pam Perry's show 4 months ago. You see that? What do you see there in the bio? A link. You see that link there that says Speaker Hub, Pam Perry? Now, why do I give her that link? Because that's where my download was from. My free gift for going on the podcast in order for me to capture leads is in that link. Does that make sense, Michael? So that lets me track over here. When I go to referrals, I can look at the link, and I'll show you how you can do this too. When I go to the Pam Perry link, I got 8 people, even though only 24 people watched that YouTube video. You see that? 31 people watched the YouTube, and 8 of them was me, because I keep showing this, right? 31 people watched it. I ended up with 8 leads out of that. How many of you would go on a podcast if for every 30 people, you would get 8? Yeah, we all would. We would do it every day. That's why we do podcasts. That's why Chantel's going on the shows, because if she's as good as she says she is, the data doesn't lie. Make sense? So we want to make it where it's trackable. Now, how do you do this? When you go on a podcast, create a QR code, right? We click here. It's going to ask, what do I want to do? I'm going to put the Terry and Michael show, right? And I'm going to give them a ebook download. Yes, baby. Yeah. See. Come on, salute her. Say hi.
Hi, Amaya.
She broke the antenna off her cell phone.
Oh,
So daddy has to fix it. Look at that. Oh, okay. Gracias. Okay, bye-bye. All right. Hey, cero me puerta, por favor. All righty. So you can see, I can say, okay, I was on the Terry and Michael show, and what did I want to give away? I gave away the ebook. You see that? So I know what my referral was. Now, I come down here and I can put the link in there. I can put my, let me give a link. I don't know. I'm just going to make up something. I can put the link to that ebook or whatever in here. That's my free resource. You see that? Does that make sense, Michael? And then I can change the video. I can say, yo, after they watch it, I want to thank the people from that podcast. So before the podcast comes out, I pick up my phone. I say, hey guys, from the Terry and Michael show, I really appreciate you all, coming over to get the download that we mentioned, blah, blah, blah. I leave them a personalized thank you message. Right? So let me just show you how that works. I put that thank you message in there. Now, Terry, grab your phone. Michael, grab your phone, shine it at the screen. If you've used QR codes, it works the same way. Right? Did it bring up the QR?
Mhm.
Right? So for those who are at home who can't see what they see on their phone, there's the link. So when you go on the podcast, you give them the link, not the QR code. You give them that pro.speakerhub link, and it links directly so anybody can open it up, and it shows in the show notes. Now, why is this important? When you go on a podcast, all the reviews for that podcast in iTunes, does that follow you around the internet, or does it stay on that podcast?
It follows you.
The review of a podcast you were a guest on? No, it stays on that podcast. It's their review because you were on their show. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This follows you because we'll put this on your SpeakerHub profile.
Oh, yeah.
So when people are looking for you inside of SpeakerHub, they can see whatever the review was. Now watch, I'm going to put in my basic information here, right? I love the part about break dancing and eating shawarma. right? Boom, boom. Now watch what it's going to do. Look at the video it's going to show me. Remember I copied that Pam Perry video and put it in there? I won't let me play it, but that's the video for here. That was the playback video, right? You remember I could put in my own thank you video, but it's YouTube is being stupid, but that's what goes there. And then I can claim the reward, which was the link that I put into the reward, which was here. So if it would have been an ebook, they would have been able to download the ebook. If it would have been your thank you video, they would have saw the thank you video on this page. Is that fair? Can you see yourself using this? Michael, Terry,
Yeah.
you know, Nicole, what's your thoughts? I know this is your first time hearing and seeing these things. I'm curious to get you all's thoughts. Alicia, make sense?
I do have a question. When you were going through because belonging can go into multiple realms. It can go into romantic relationships. It can go into dating. It can go into employment engagement. Can you have different target markets that this can go into, or does it just go into one area that it sticks with? And I know that I'm all over the board, but
No, relax. I got you.
with different products. Thank you. I
Let me
appreciate
show you.
answering the
I'm
question.
going to show you this guy. No, this is what we're here for. I'm going to show you this guy I know that's all over the place. If you don't believe me, ask my employees. They will tell you I'm all over the place, right? So when they come in here, you can see I used to talk to people about buying businesses. Don't even mention anything else. I'm just talking about the businesses that I buy, right? Here, I'm talking about being a struggling insurance agent. Here, I'm talking about how do you grow a software company. Here, I'm talking about being a guest on podcasts. This other one with it ain't even on it, it's on the next page. With Luis, I'm talking about traveling and living around the world. Right? Right here. College dropout, entrepreneur, living around the world, blah, blah, blah. All over the place, right? So that means I got 3 different ways I can pitch myself. Well, guess what we just built inside? This thing called workspaces. So I can have my startup personality, I can have my expats personality, and then I got you already seen my SpeakerHub personality that I'm using right now. So when I go to log in, I go log in here. I say, well, you want to use this workspace, and I can see how many I'm getting booked on talking about expats. I can go over here and see how many I'm going to get booked on. I'm going to see how many I'm getting booked on talking about startups. Does this make sense?
Totally. Thank you for clarifying that. I really appreciate that.
Yep. And here's the other thing. You can also use this for clients. If you happen to run an agency or a bureau, let's say Michael wanted to start getting other veterans on the stage with him to do consulting. He can start booking them from his profile also, but putting their information in to use his pictures from his lifetime account. So it's not just limited to you, it's for you or clients. We don't care who you get booked. We just care that people are getting booked. Does that make sense? So you can add your team members here so that they can log in and control your account. When Bart first started with this, he was working by himself. In February, he hired a team member. So now 2 people get to log into his account and, do his follow-ups and things of that sort. Right? AJ uses this all the time, workspaces, for his clients. Right? So he pitches himself and he books clients as a booking agent using the software. Make sense? So when you get those reviews, you saw the one about tacos that I put in? The Terry and Michael show. Oh, that's what I was on, right? There's my review. I love the part about breakdancing and eating tacos. See how it's instantly in there, right? Now, what's the cool thing? I need to follow up with this dude. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click pitch. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to write me a thank you note. Ron, thanks for your fantastic feedback and 5 stars. I'm thrilled to hear that you enjoy the segment about breakdancing and eating shawarma. Your enthusiasm and interest resonates deeply with my mission to connect and inspire individuals like yourself through diverse experiences and insightful narratives. Now, I would never say that. I can take that out. Then I would put in, hit me up on LinkedIn. Right? That's what I would do. Because that's what you see how we can edit this? It don't have to be, oh, I can just drop in a template. Boom. I can write a template of how I wanted to follow up with that group or whatever. Right? So you're not stuck to what the AI is having you to do. Got it? Any questions so far about this? This is totally like the best tool in the world from my perspective. And I can say that because I didn't build it. I hired the people to build it. Right? So it's like, well, you just said it because you built it. I didn't. Someone else built it, but I'm taking the credit for it, right? So any other questions? Michael, what do you think? These are different. This didn't exist in Thanksgiving when you saw the Black Friday deal. These are new features we've added over the last 4 months. Thoughts?
Like you said, timing's spot on.
Yeah, we're ready for you, man. We're ready for you. Terry, any questions?
No, I just can't wait to get in.
That's it. Totally different than a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. See, when Terry bought it, we didn't even have AI. It wasn't even there was no AI in it. So, but no, we've gotten a lot better. Nicole, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Similar. There's similar data systems out there, but not that's geared towards actual speaking and collecting the speaker daddy, daddy, GoDaddy. I was thinking GoDaddy, speaker data. So this is like totally towards this niche, which is awesome. I have Waxily that goes for LinkedIn, but that is just to clear the data off of LinkedIn. This is the data that clears it for speakers and how to connect speakers. So I haven't seen anything like this for speakers.
Yeah, I use Waxily also. I have a lifetime account with them for like the last, I think, since 2016 when they first came out, when they were on AppSumo. And it does a great job of scraping data. But where do you go to send, follow up, capture leads from the audience? We've tried to master and be the Microsoft Office for speakers, right? That's our MO. Alicia, what's going on? You've been doing some more, you gotta get you on some podcasts.
What's that?
You gotta get you on some podcasts.
Yes, I just did my first one. Well, I've actually done 2 now. But yeah, I need more.
All right, we gotta get you pitching now. I'm gonna keep pushing you every
just
time
about
you come
there.
on.
I was like, let me rebrand this weekend so I pitch with the right stuff, and then
Right, okay,
I'm ready to start
all
pitching.
right. The sugar slowdown, we heard it.
Sugar
We heard it.
slowdown. That's it.
There it is. That's pretty dope. Any other feedback? We got 15 minutes. That's pretty much what I wanted to show everybody. Again, I'm a firm believer that we don't need to be taught as much as we need to be reminded. A lot of times we have the tools, but we're not using them, right? So I just keep reminding people, use the whole flywheel, be pitching everything, get out there, keep going, keep going. I'm your biggest cheerleader and I'm doing it for myself. Again, I'm not a good inspirational speaker or motivational speaker. I am a perspirational speaker. Gotta get to work. You gotta get to work. It's the only way this thing works, So I already own perspirationalspeaker.com, so don't try to steal it. I've already branded it. So, kick rocks, thieves. Any other questions? It's Friday. Go ahead.
This is Nicole. I have a quick question. So you could add a whole team to this. You could have a whole be underneath your name, and then how much does this? I am curious. How much does this cost? Because
$18 million a day. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
I was like,
so, no, I'll send you the information. I don't want to put the price on YouTube because people be arguing about that stuff. I'll send it to
I
you
understand that.
Right? But let me tell you something else. Nicole, you said you bought leads.
No, I went on Wax. Oh yeah, the lead list that I bought from someone that probably, it was, it was like, it was after I found out information. I was like, oh my God, really? Yeah.
Well, we can leave all the details of that out, but I want to show you what you could do. If you weren't able to follow it with all of them and you download some emails from Waxily and you got the contact information for the person, guess what we allow you to do? You can come over here to uploads and you can upload your own leads. Right? How cool is that? Let me see. Where did our upload button go? Did they take the upload button off? Do y'all see the upload button? Oh, they moved it. Knuckleheads. I'm like, where the heck did my upload button go? How do you upload on here anymore?
Right there.
I guess you got to go into manage records. I don't like this at all. And tell them to put that button back up at the top, please, right here. All right, can you tell them to put my orange button right back up here? I don't want to be thinking about how do I upload. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, that should not be there. They changed that today. Put that back. Upload leads. Now I can upload my own lead list. So Terry, if you got list of leads or whatever that you want to reach out to, if you collect business cards, upload them, send to them. You want to upload it individually from a business card, type it in, upload it. Now watch, once you upload the lead, we can pick one of these. You notice we don't even have the description of it. Do you see that, Nicole?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We still can pitch that item. You necesitas. Okay, say hello. You're on television. Okay.
She's so
¿Puedes
cute.
hablar para comprarme maquillaje? Porque es que Vivi me va a llevar el domingo,
Okay.
gracias, me va a llevar el domingo a unas clases de maquillaje.
Oh, sí. Todo bien.
Hola, tía.
Hola,
Nice
Lucy.
to meet you.
¿Cómo estás, sobrino?
Bye-bye.
Chao, tía.
Ciao.
Okay, that's my little goddaughter, Luciana. She is 10 years old. She does synchronized swimming. She does all the cool stuff. And she's taking makeup classes this weekend. I'm like, I don't want to do that, but she likes doing it. So she gets to do makeup classes. That's what she was just asking about. So you notice this doesn't have the description. Do you see that, Terry? There's no description of the thing. It's just the title of it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pitch it anyway, because I'm going to show you that you don't need all the information. We're using AI. So it's going to go out and learn about that to still write a coherent pitch for you. So you don't need all the data. Look at this. How cool is that? Right? So you don't need all the data. You just need enough for the AI to be able to identify the conference and write something close to what would be a good pitch. We're going to remove all the excuses for people not getting booked. All we ask for is a little bit of responsibility. It's your business. You own the responsibility. We will remove all the other things, all the techno buzz that's holding you back. Right? So you can see Ricky said, oh, Bart, we got Bart on the call. Bart said 136 of these this week. Now, people like, well, it's only 136. That's only 20 a day. Yeah, but Bart's following up with everybody also. So he sends the 20 follow-ups, and then he has the 20 initial ones. Then he has the follow-ups that are on top of there. But the follow-ups don't get counted in this number. So he may have reached out. He may have done with follow-ups maybe 40 a day. Does that make sense? But remember, it takes 30 seconds to send one, so he's not bogged down, copy, paste. No, I approve it. I'm Bart Womack, and I approve this message. That's all he has to do. He can be a pitching politician. I'm Bart Womack, and I approve this message. That's all he has to do, right? This message was sponsored in part by Embedded Enemy. All right, any other questions before we get off?
Yeah, this is Nicole again. I have another one. Since we were talking about Waxly and you've been on that, Waxly isn't as intuitive and I'm still learning it, which can make it really super challenging. How intuitive is this? Because that can make sometimes that can be really hard if it's not as intuitive. And that's the question I have.
Cool. So I'll tell you my point of view, and then you can ask some of the other people over here who's been using it. So here's my point of view. We wanted to build this under this premise. Can you use Google? Nicole?
Yep, I can use Google.
All right. So if you can use Google, you can search any of our podcast associations or press. You see that?
Yeah.
Right? So if I can come in here and I said I wanted to go on diversity conferences, I can come in and type in diversity, and that's a Google search, right?
Mhm.
Can you use Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, so this is add to cart. We just call it add to list because add to cart would sound stupid.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
the pinch button is the buy button. So just like that. And now all you're doing is approving the purchase with, can you use Gmail? So if you can use Google, Amazon, and Gmail, you can use SpeakerHub.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Make sense?
Definitely. And by the way, both your girls are very cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my goddaughter, my daughter, and my son's probably upstairs kicking his soccer ball off the balcony because that's what he likes to do. You know, like, dude. And this dude over here, AJ, saves him and goes and gets it over the fence down a 10-foot hill because I won't let my son go down the thing. Oh, man, can I go get it? No, leave it down. That soccer ball been down there for 3 weeks, and AJ go and get it. So any other questions? Michael, what's your thoughts, man? Pretty cool, right?
Very cool. Thank you again for your time today.
Oh yeah, man. We're here for you. We got 7 minutes, guys, before I gotta go, and they're gonna beat down that door in a minute because they're like, look, it's Friday. You can't be on these calls all night. Any other questions? Nicole, welcome aboard. I'll send you the information if you want to join us. But I wanted you to be able to ask whatever questions you wanted to ask to whomever, kind of meet and see what we do. There's nobody else out there doing what we do. We're not gonna try to hit you over the head for $40,000 to sell you a dream. That's not the business we're in.